This is a number triangle with some numbers missing. The numbers along each edge must add up to 90. Put all the numbers 20, 30, 50 and 60 in the circles to make the totals correct. So if each edge must add up to 90, that means that these three numbers need to total 90, and so do these three numbers, and these three numbers as well. So let's look at this bottom edge. We have something plus 40 plus something, and it needs to give a total of 90. We already have 40, and 40 plus 50 is 90, because 90 minus 40 is 50. So we know that these two circles together must be 50. And that means we need to use 20 and 30 for these circles here, because 20 and 30 make 50, and then another 40 gives us a total of 90. And now we can look at this edge here. We have 20 plus something plus 10, and again it needs to add up to 90. So 20 plus 10 is 30. So 30 plus what is 90? Well, if we work out 90 minus 30 is 60, so this missing number here must be 60. 20 plus 10 is 30, plus 60 takes us to 90. And that means we need to use 50 here, because 10 plus 30 is 40, and then another 50 takes us to 90. There is another possible answer, because we could swap these numbers around, and then the total of our edges will still always be 90. 4 children made a graph of their heights. Write their names on the labels. So, because they have a graph of their heights, that means the child with the largest bar will be the tallest. And we can see from the graph that the largest bar we have is Anne, so that means Anne is the tallest. Then, our next largest bar, if we look down, we can see that that's Jenny. Then we have Karen, and our smallest bar is Jill, so Jill is the smallest child. Match each box to the correct number. One has been done for you. So here we can see that we need to find a fraction of a number, and if the numerator is 1, to find a fraction of a number, all we need to do is divide the number by the denominator. So 30 divided by 2 is 15, which means that half of 30 is 15. So now we need to find 1/3 of 75, which means we can divide 75 by 3. So divide by the denominator. We can use short division. 7 divided by 3 is 2, remainder 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So that means 1/3 of 75 is 25. And now to find 1/5 of 150, we can divide 150 by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 0 divided by 5 is 0. So that means 1/5 of 150 is 30. Reshma has some notes and some coins. How much money does Reshma have? So what we can do here is start with the largest amount of money and cross each amount or each coin off as we count it. So £10 plus £5 will take us to £15. Another £2 makes £17. Then another 50 pence makes £17.50. Then £17.70, £17.90, and if we add 20 pence to that, we get £18.10, because from £17.90 we need another 10 pence to make £18, but we're adding 20 pence. So another 10 pence gives us £18, and then another 10 pence, so that's 20 pence altogether, gives us £18.10. so that's how much money Reshma has. The other way to do this would be to split into pounds and pence. So for pounds we have £10, £5 and £2, so that's £17 altogether. And then 50 plus 20 is 70, plus 20 is 90, plus 20 is 110, but 110 pence is the same as £1.10. So then if we add up the totals, £17 plus £1.10 will give us £18.10 altogether. Complete the table. So this shows us that as we move to the right, we add 10. So 770 plus 10 is 780, plus 10 is 790. And as we move down, we add 100. So 770 plus 100 is 870, plus 100 is 970. So to find this box here, we could work out 870 plus 10, so that's 880. And then we can check if we add another 10, we get 890. Or we could move down and add 100. So if we have 780 and we move down, that will give us 880, because as we move down, we add 100. So if we add another 100 to 880, that will be 980 in this box here. And that makes sense because we have 970, and if we plus 10, so move to the right, we have 980. So adding another 10, moving to the right, will give us 990. And that makes sense because 890 plus 100 is 990. Here is part of a number line. Write the fraction shown by the arrow. So we have 0 and 1 on our number line. And to get from 0 to 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines. So because we have 10 lines, to get from 0 to 1, each of these little lines must be 1/10. And because we want the 9th line, our numerator will be 9. So the fraction is 9/10, because that's the 9th line out of 10 lines to get from 0 to 1. Here are some amounts of money. Circle all the amounts that can be made with 3 coins. So first we have 71 pence. To make that, we can have a 50p coin, then a 20p coin will take us to 70p, and then we need another 1p, so a 1p coin, to give us 71 pence. So because that's 3 coins, we can make 71 pence with 3 coins. And for 72 pence, we can have a 50p, a 20p, and then a 2p coin. So we can make that with 3 coins as well. But for 73 pence, we would need a 50p coin, a 20p, and then to make the 3p, we would need a 2p and a 1p coin. So we would need 4 coins to make 73 pence, not 3 coins. For 74 pence, we could have a 50p, a 20p, but then to make 4 pence, we would need 2 2p coins. So again, that needs to be made with 4 coins, not with 3 coins. But for 75 pence, we can have 50p, 20p, and then we can have a 5p coin. So we can make 75 pence with 3 coins. What number is marked at A? So we have 6.7, 6.8, then 6.9. So we can see that we're counting up in tenths. But if we add another tenth, and we already have 9 tenths, that will make 10 tenths, but 10 tenths is the same as 1 whole. So 1/10 more than 6.9 is 7.0, which we normally just write as 7, because 7.0 tells us that we have a whole number. The 0.0 tells us that we don't have any extra tenths, we just have 7 ones. So then after 7 or 7.0, we will have 7.1, and then the point marked at A will be 7.2. Write in the missing digit. The answer does not have a remainder. So something divided by 3 is 26. But we know that division is the inverse to multiplication. So if we have a division question and we know the number that we're dividing by and the answer, what we can do is multiply the answer by the number that we're dividing by, and that will give us our dividend. So we can work out 26 times 3 to find this number here. 6 times 3 is 18, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So that means this number must be 78. And we can see that that works because 7 divided by 3 is 2 remainder 1, because 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and then 18 divided by 3 is 6. But even if we didn't use multiplication, we could still work this out, because we know that we would have 2 remainder 1, because the only way to get 6 is to divide 18 by 3. So we know that we'll have 1 here. So then what divided by 3 is 2 remainder 1? Well, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so we know that this digit here has to be a 7. There are 5 balloons in a packet. There are 18 packets in a box. How many balloons are there altogether in a box? So for this question, we need to multiply 5 by 18. Because when we know how many there are in one thing, and we have lots of those things, we can multiply to find the total amount. And 18 times 5 is 90, so that means there are 90 balloons altogether in a box. Now there are 5 balloons in a packet. Kofi needs 65 balloons. How many packets does he need? So here we need to divide 65 by 5. That's because we know the total number of things, and we know how many there are in each thing. So to find the number of packets, we need to divide 65 by 5. So 6 divided by 5 is 1 remainder 1, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So that means he needs 13 packets. And then we can check 13 times 5 is 65. Because if he has 13 packets and they each have 5 balloons, that will be 65 balloons altogether.